Boom. So yeah,
¿Listo?
I think so.
Okay. Recording now.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So who am I here with? Who am I talking to? What's your name? Where are you from? What's your story? Give me like what's up?
Thank you. Well, hey, my name is Lorena, from Colombia originally, from Bogota, and yeah, I'm the founder and of B-Sensual Dance Company here in Denver.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So you guys have been active, or you personally have been active teaching for about 5 years, you said, right?
Yes, it's going. This year is going to be my fifth year teaching bachata. I started dancing 7 years ago, and then during those 2 years, basically, like was when the pandemic also hit. So it was really intense 2 years of training, and yeah, it's been 5 years of like a really nice journey, like teaching from beginner to private lessons, teams, and everything that you see right now.
Wow.
So this year we might have a celebration for my fifth year.
Yeah, good. When is that? Do you know the
I
exact
haven't
date?
decided yet
You haven't
because I have
decided?
so many things going on, but you will hear the invitation for sure.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful,
Yes.
beautiful. Wow. So I guess I want to start to get some background on you. Where did the inspiration to start dancing like come from? Where did that derive from? What happened? Like, what gave you the motivation to really like pour time into this?
Yeah, I feel like I didn't really pursue dancing, even though when as a kid I was so much into like arts and like acting and modeling and things here and there. Like dancing found me as an adult when I moved here to the United States. I used to live in Boulder, and I have no family here, zero friends or family. So
You have
like
zero friends here?
yeah, like I mean in that time for
Wow,
sure I didn't have anybody,
sure.
but I have a lot of friends
I was
now.
about to say. I was about to say.
And that sense of belonging, that sense to connect somehow with like my culture, my Latin culture, connect with people that were warmer, that were more like me, uh, drive me to that. Also because winter was really hard for me. We don't have winter in Colombia. We don't have really seasons, and like
You never
winter
experienced
time.
anything like that before.
No, so winter for me was like choking. I literally got depressed because it was so dark. It was too cold, and I was trying to find something like indoor that made me feel good, and like all those things kind of like drove me there. A friend invited me for a very first time to a bachata social, and I hated bachata. I didn't like it.
On the record,
On the record, I hate
hated,
bachata.
hated
That's what I said.
bachata, hated bachata.
That's what I
Past tense,
said.
past tense, past
Yes,
tense, past tense.
I felt weird. I mean, I
Yeah,
knew the music because of course like we had it in Colombia, but like when I danced it for first time, I was like, oh my god, no, I didn't like it at first. I gave it a second try, third try, and I was still no, this is not my thing until I found a bachatea Denver from Nelson, in an event here in Denver, and it kind of clicked something.
shouts out Nelson, by the way.
Nelson,
Big guy.
thank you. Yeah, like
Shouts
that's why
out
we
Nelson.
remain
Yeah.
such a good friend since then, because I found community. I found my best friends. I met them through dancing, business. Like everything in my life has built around dancing. And like I don't know, in his event something clicked. I started feeling the music different. I
Yeah.
started seeing the dance
Yeah.
different. And after that, like I actually met Pierre at Bachatea, and we became really good friends. And then we started training a lot,
Yeah.
train. Those 2 years that I told you, training was mainly together. Back in that time in Denver, Denver didn't have the dance that we were pursuing,
Mm-hmm.
which is the European bachata, like sensual bachata, modern bachata, all of those like things. So we started like finding it our own, practicing so hard, and the pandemic was a really tough time that I personally found so much peace in dancing, something that was keeping my mind going. Again, as I mentioned before, I don't have family here, so like I was feeling very alone, and I started feeling more love for dancing and more like drive to it. And yeah, once the pandemic happened, he started like having his school going on, and I started teaching beginner with him, and like slowly started progressively. And yeah, I ended building my own thing and like creating what you see now. And it's been 5 years since that very first time I
Wow.
started teaching. Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you.
That's amazing. Seriously. Seriously. And there's so much to come too. You know, we were mentioning talking about it a little bit, and you know, you're inviting some changes this year, right? And
Hmm.
not only do you have teams, but you also do class instructions. You're trying to put together new classes and new teams as well.
Hmm.
And you also mentioned traveling with these teams. So just like
Hmm.
talk a little bit about that. You know, just
Yeah, when I started my journey on my own, I wanted to, since I was really little, I always have like the leadership skills really strong.
yeah.
So I just wanted to build teams. That was my first thing. Like
Okay.
I started building, I built a couples team that I was training every season and we were performing. And then we started like traveling, because I wanted them to see things that I saw when I started traveling back in that time, be seen, all of those things. So we started traveling, and then I added a second team, Be Sassy, just ladies teams, and same exercise, train, travel, perform locally. And with time, everything was more settled, and I started like finding like what I wanted to offer in Denver. And I wanted to offer what I didn't have, and that's what I built B-Sensual Dance Community and Company, because when I started again, like I didn't have it. I didn't have it. So I started like, okay, I'm gonna offer a beginner's lesson or a technique lesson or combinations, and I slowly started like building everything around like what my vision was in that time. And it's been evolving. People are feeling really connected, not just this, but the feeling behind when we are in the classroom, when we perform, when we travel, is that sense of community. Because that's basically what dancing is for me.
Right.
Like I could be a solo dancer and become a TikTok famous if it was just about me and dance. That's not the case. Like I get really fed up with the love for my community, what I can do for them, see my students starting from zero, like not having any sense of a basic step to perform on a stage. Like that to me is what I'm rich. Like that's so priceless to me. So yeah, this year is going to be my 5th year as an instructor in Be Essential. Right now, I wanted to grow. I wanted to continue passing along what I have built and keep touching people's lives in the way how dance touched me. And yeah, this year the goal is to continue opening more teams and more classes and more events, and to have a bigger offer and people to have more options based on like a price. Like I
Yeah.
want them to have way more to what like they can have right now for the same or less price.
Hmm.
Because I also know, like, arts are expensive. Like
Yeah.
when I was a kid, I had to stop acting because it was so expensive and my
Hmm.
parents couldn't afford it. I
Hmm.
had to stop modeling because, like, my parents got like a little like scholarship for me, and it
Yeah.
was over, and we couldn't afford it. So art was like stopped for me because of money. And like I think that can be something secondary as long as people can continue like finding themselves in art. Like it's
Hmm.
always
It always
ways.
come back. It
Yeah.
always comes back. It always
Mm-hmm.
comes back. When you put a price tag on creation and art and
Mm-hmm.
you know creation in general, it becomes convoluted. I think to your point, creating spaces where people feel comfortable no matter what to like come and
Mm-hmm.
interact is important. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I feel like that's a big change that's happening right now, or I personally am working on right now in the scene. It's just like,
Mm-hmm.
why can't we just do everything for free, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Not the classes and not the thing, but like all the socials and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's free marketing for
Mm-hmm.
your
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think it's more inviting. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
go back to it real quick. I'm gonna stop complaining. But yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you very much for sharing your story with B-Sensual and whatnot. And I guess now I want to talk a little bit about you because you've achieved some personal dance stuff, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
where did you travel to recently?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I went to Switzerland, Geneva
Eight, eight,
specifically,
eight, eight, eight.
and as many other things in related with dancing, he found me. I ended going to Dallas for any of the like some of the travels that we do with my community and dancers and students, and there was this competition. It was the qualifiers for Switzerland, and they were picking the best three leads and followers for represent United States. And I didn't want it to do it first. I ended doing randomly because a friend, older student, wanted to participate, and I did it because to support him. And I ended qualified until the end, and that's why I ended going to Geneva, and it was a very humbling experience, very touching, because like I don't know, I like seeing so many countries. It's like the Olympics for bachata, people who speak other languages, and we were able to communicate through dancing. We were able to connect through the community. Like when we have the day of the competition, which was Sunday, and they have this nice ceremony when we all were having our flags and like feeling who we are and feeling like how we are all together because of dance. That was so powerful. Like I'm still thinking about the moment, and I love the entire experience. I love traveling and I love dancing. So that's itself beautiful. But the fact that I was able to feel the power of dance in community, which is what I love about dancing, it was so nice. It was so powerful. And that day I just felt a winner. Like I couldn't really pass the first round because the competition was huge. Mm-hmm. The level was God level. I'm still so proud, happy I went, and I still feel like a winner because the experience and the knowledge that I got from that as my first like international competition, it is priceless. So I came back with my head with so many ideas, things that I want to personally work as a dancer, as an instructor, as an artist, and even just as a student, because I'm always going to be a student. So it was just so humbling, so rich, and I was very honored to be able to represent the United States, and it was just beautiful. Plus, Europe is amazing. I got to explore a little bit too, around to France and all that. So it was very nice. I was very lucky to. Wow. Yeah, I'm very proud of it.
So what would you say was your biggest takeaway from that whole experience?
Like the takeaway, you mean?
Like what you learned from, like the biggest thing you learned from going and doing that.
Okay, there's so many, but I think
the biggest thing,
biggest one is how much we can do, or how much we still have to do to get to the level that I personally want to be. So as a leader in my community, we have to put that work to show it to the students and the community that is something else, that is something beyond. Like we are just seeing the little piece of the iceberg. Like dancing has so much behind that, like, people are missing, because people just want to like memorize a combo and run it, and that's it, and another combo and another combo and another combo and another dip and another multiple. Like there's so many things connecting more with the feeling, connecting more with like the empathy that you have with your partner when you just connect on a basic step, the how you connect with the music to be able to shape the music with the body, which is the most beautiful thing I got to see. How these super pros were connecting with the music. It was a higher level. Like I have always been very musical, and I really feel through, but seeing it in somebody else's that was like super high level skill was something else. So I think that's like we have so much way to go. Yeah,
that's the best part.
Yeah,
that's the best part. Yeah, it's just so much.
It's a new goal. Like it's just like
exactly.
There's a bigger goal now.
Yeah, hell yeah. So you talked about your team. Mm-hmm. I think your team's coming to perform at our event.
Yeah, we are
on May 3rd. I think so.
Of course, we're gonna be there. I'm very excited, and I want to thank you for first of all for having the drive to do an event. Sure. I know how hard it is to build community, and to come up with something creative, something inspiring, something nice where people can find, dancing like enjoyable. So thank you for doing that in the community. Thank you for the invitation. We are going to have I'm going to bring my two teams. We are going to be performing our newest shows. Like each year we have two seasons, two separate shows. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna be debuting those. I have a lot of students that they're gonna be performing for very, very first time. So that's really exciting.
Let's
And I'm
go.
gonna be performing with my people because
Yes.
I like, as a leader, I like to be there with
Yeah,
my
of course.
my team.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be performing as well with them, and yeah, we're really excited to be there. And yeah,
Wow.
crush it.
So May 3rd, first Saturday of the month at the Denver Turnverein, you will see Miss Lorena and her two teams from B-Sensual Dance come and dance. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. What a beautiful venue. I'm so excited to have you guys, and very, very excited to market for it as well. It's going to be a cool experience for everybody involved. It's going to be great.
Thank you.
And then last thing, coming up here in May, you teamed up with Nelson, right? So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, as I said before, Nelson and I have built a really nice trust relationship and partnership. And yeah, like we wanted to have for very first time a festival, bachata festival.
Wow.
That was like showing what we like, what we love.
Yeah.
Bachata, is the Wednesday night that is going. So it was like having that in a bigger picture.
Yeah.
So Denver Central came out. And yeah, this is the very first time escalating it to a festival. The last year we did Weekender, and we had some people, dancers from Spain, also coming. Yeti and Abdel, it was great, a great Weekender. So this year, May 16 to the 18, we're gonna have Denver Central Bachata Fest. We are going to have great artists from all the states, from Chicago, from California, from Dallas, and we're gonna have also Nacho and Silvia from Spain coming to also teach their Central Bachata dance. And we're gonna have the locals, Diego and Juju, and myself. So it's going to be great. But the one of the like cherry on top actually is we are bringing Majin Vito, which is a Grammy winner, for his art music.
Wow.
And honestly, his music right now is one of my favorite bachata
Popping.
music. Majin Vito is coming for the concert. It's going to be on Saturday night.
Live.
Plus, we're gonna have
En vivo.
En vivo. We're gonna be dancing with Majin Vito and dancing to the best music, songs. And we're gonna have performances on Saturday as well. We have a Jack and Jill competition on Sunday during the pool party.
Wow.
The schedule is up, so you guys can go find Denver Central page on Instagram or Facebook, or denvercentral.com. That's the website, and you guys gonna see everything that's happening. And I'm excited because this is my first time organizing an event. Of course, like we have our responsibilities with Nelson, but it's my first time, and I'm so happy that I was able to do it with him.
Hell yeah.
So we'll see. We're really excited. Let's see how it goes, and we
So
hope
cool.
to have you there as well.
So cool.
And yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So for like one last thing on that, if you want to get 10% off their event coming up May 16th through May 18th with Lorena and DJ Nelson, just type in BSENSUAL without this little thingy right here, and then you get 10% off your pass.
That's the discount code that you can have or use for the festival.
Easy.
And yeah, we're really excited to see you there.
So I guess one last like closing remarks is like, what are your some personal goals? We talked about you want to maybe learn a little bit of French, a little bit of training, do some projects in Colombia. What are some personal goals for you moving forward with?
So personal goals aside of dancing, because dancing takes so much part of my life. Like I was going to say, continue training. I want to also start like training kizomba. I want to train more into salsa. I want to train more into souk. I can follow those styles, but I actually want to intentionally train them.
Sure.
I want to start a business idea in Colombia, and I want to continue learning French. I just came back from there, and I feel like, oh my God, why did I stop?
Right.
So I want to continue because I feel like languages languages and dancing to me are so similar because it's like a way to connect with other cultures and other people in a beautiful way. So yeah, I think that B-Sensual is growing this year. As I mentioned, like we're gonna have instructors joining, more teams, more classes. I'm actually gonna have auditions coming on soon. So for whoever wants to join my teams, they can do it. They're gonna have the tryout so they can come see how it is training with us and performing in general. So yeah, I think that's it for now.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So if you were starting dancing tomorrow, you're like a brand new dancer, what would be the one thing that, or the one sort of tidbit of information that you would give them, going on their journey or starting that journey?
Yeah, just finding the journey and enjoy it. Like, I feel like everybody's journey is different, and sometimes when people start dancing, they want to follow somebody else's journey. Like, okay, I want to follow Lorena's journey, I want to do everything she has done, or whoever, right? And I feel like that's going to cut your limit, your actual journey, and is going to shape it in a very different way that maybe it's not yours. Like,
Right.
I don't think everybody was born to be uh, a father or a parent, for example. And sometimes people just force it because, okay, my parents said that we have to have kids, or they did, so I have to.
Yeah, what a great
And
example.
sometimes, like, the joy of your life is something else. Same for dancing. Like, dancing has so many journeys, like becoming an instructor, becoming just an artist, becoming a choreographer, becoming a business owner, becoming a team member. Like, so many things that you can find your journey and start growing out of it. Like, I think everything is going to unfold better when you allow yourself to be yourself, start connecting what your path is, and allow it's going to shape you. Like, as I told you before, like, I never thought I was going to build a company. I never thought I was going to become an instructor. I never thought I was going to be a leader in the community. Why? I didn't shape my mind. When I started dancing, all ladies were always the secondary on the a partnership. Luis Andrea, Marco and Sara, Danielle and Desiree. And often I saw just the female was always behind, that shape, because everybody was doing it. You have to have a partner to become someone in dance. I didn't set my mind for that. I just started loving dancing, and I never had a partner. I never really did. Like, I never partnered up with someone like Lorena and Alejandro, or Lorena, no. And I started just building. I was like, I want this. I really enjoy this. I want to build. I want to see how it goes. Boom, perfect. Lorena, I want to try this theme. I want to, like, I can still teach leading, okay, I want to do it. Boom, it went well. So it's, don't shape your mind to like somebody else's journey or mold, because you don't know what life has for you or universe. And once you start chasing it, you're gonna find your purpose. Finding your purpose by finding what your journey is. So I think that's the main advice that I will give.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you. Lorena, B-Sensual Dance, you already know what's going on. But yeah.
Well, thank you.
Give me one of these. Thank you.
Thank you, Boogaloo.
Boogaloo?
Sí, es Boogaloo.
Sí, well, Buga. That's our government.
Boo, 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 boo.
Let's see what's up.